Hello there, this is the Arty Biz Teacher, and I hope you've enjoyed my two introductory videos. Today we're going to get on with it, and I'm going to talk to you about why you might want to market and sell your work. So it's really important that you think, oh no, don't just tell me how to do it. Well, I'm not going to do that, because before I tell you how to do it, you've got to understand why you want to do it. Because if you haven't understood that about yourself, you've got no self-awareness, then you're not really going to have a very nice journey. You've got to open your eyes and know who you are and why you're doing it. Otherwise, you are going to be in trouble. Okay, so on the surface of it, you might think, yeah, I've got the business skills and I'm going to make a success of this because I know what to do. All right. Highly unlikely from my experience, but it does happen. Then you think, oh yes, I've got real passion for this and I want to do it, I want to make some money from it because I like doing it, which is a very common reason. The only thing I want to do, I can't think of doing anything else and I've got to make some money. Or it could be, I'm an art teacher, or, I do workshops and I'm just fed up of it because I can't develop my own skills, I can't develop my own work, and I want to be an artist in my own right. That's a common one. And so really, to live, I need to actually sell my work as well, but I'm fed up with the teaching lark. That's another one. You might be totally fed up with your job, so there's this feeling that you want to escape, and you're looking at it through rose-tinted spectacles, aren't you? Thinking, oh, if I could, make pots all day, and if I could paint, or if I could make my jewellery, or whatever you're doing, then I can escape. So that's another thing that people think. You might have done your art and craft as a hobby, and you might have sold a few bits to family and friends. Well, that's brilliant, well done. But you might want to take it that step further. You think, well, if I've sold to family and friends, then I can perhaps sell. Sorry about that. I can perhaps sell to somebody else, people I don't know. Which that's a fair enough idea. But then sometimes life has happened, and you were creative. You might have done a degree even in art and years ago, but life happened and you just want to go back to it. And you're thinking, yeah, if I market and sell it, then that's great. That's a thing that I'd really like to do. And then you just look at artists and makers, you think, oh, what a great lifestyle, and you think, oh, I'd love to do that. And that's feeling of freedom and escaping again, isn't it? But I want to go a bit deeper than that, because when I talk to my clients and when I talk to artists and makers, when you're talking about selling something and getting money for it, it's actually about endorsement. And I want to talk to you about endorsement. Because if somebody comes to you and say, oh, I really like that you've made, and you just feel great, doesn't it feel great? Yeah. But then if somebody gives you their hard-earned cash, that is such an endorsement that they will do that. And when you do that for the first time, it's such a tingle, it's such a buzz that you get from it. But it goes even deeper than that, because once you've got endorsement, by exchanging cash, somebody's tendered their cash to buy your work, then it really gets to the level of self-validation. And you're kind of taken more seriously. So if you're selling your work, there's this perception, or even a reality, if you like, that people are taking you more seriously. It's not just a hobby. You're actually selling stuff and you're starting to get money and pocket money, and then perhaps making a living. And people are starting to take you seriously. And this is immensely powerful. So not only is the self-validation here, but I would argue that when you're talking about earning money, there's this element of self-worth that you're actually contributing. So if you're in a family and you're not contributing towards the upkeep and things like that, and you really want to do that, and that's what you've been used to doing. The way that you see something as worth something is when you actually earn money. You can actually contribute to the bills. You can contribute to your own living on your own. If you live on your own, that you're actually earning a living yourself, or that you're providing a living and you're supporting other people. And that is an overriding idea that's come through in a lot of my one-to-one mentoring that I do with my clients. It's overwhelming. It's really powerful. I would go as far as to say, actually, and I'm not excluding men here, but there's a lot of women I talk to who they want to market and sell their work, and it's very tied up with this idea is that they're very creative and their life has actually been on hold. They've put their careers on hold, they've put their self on hold, they've put their interests on hold, and they're going back. They're going back to the creativity, but now they're wanting to do something for themselves, and they want the self-worth, self-validation. And also, it's how they're perceived in their families or their partners or whoever it may be. They're even, parents, whoever, or friends, anybody. It's how they're perceived, and they want a slice of it. They want to contribute, and they want to do that by marketing and selling their work. So not only do they get self-validation and they get self-worth actually creating, that's one level, but it goes even further where they can earn money from it. So have a think about that deep psychology of this. Have a think about where you are. Are you at that crossroads where, art is going to give you that sense of worth? So once you've understood why you want to do things, why you want to sell your art, beware. Because if it's inextricably linked, if it's really attached to your self-worth, really sort that out. Get that into perspective. Take small steps. Don't get too hung up by that. You will succeed if you do it in manageable chunks. But work out why you're doing it and actually keep that into perspective. Because you will stumble, it will feel like hell sometimes. And if you are looking at that as your self-worth, like all of us with everything, just keep an eye on it. Okay, thanks for listening and see you next Thursday.